Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. Today's video is going to be my Anthurium 2023 Summer Collection. Oh, diba? If you have not seen my last video, which is my Hoya Collection Tour, when we did our count on how many of them in my collection. So I'm going to do the same because honestly, I have no idea how many Anthuriums do I have right now. So this will help a little bit and it'll be more fun with me. So I hope you stick around and thank you so much once again for watching my videos. Yeah, without further ado, let's look at all of my Anthuriums. Before we begin with the tour, I just want to talk about how I care for my Anthuriums. And for the substrate, I do use Lechuza Pon. It's a pon you can DIY it yourself. Although I do add some leca in there because I use it as my reservoir guide for all of my glass vessel pots. And other than that, I do prefer Lechuza Pon at the minute because it's what's giving my plants the mostest at the moment, so it works wonders, I promise you. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but I just love the product and it works very well, I think. Especially in Anthurium. They like to be moist for the most part, but at the same time with good airflow. So I think that Lechuza has done their research and it's in their product and it's makes my Anthuriums thrive. I have tried other medium as well. It's just that the ease of care is totally on a different level. So if you have a whole lot of plants just like I do highly recommend using pon or semi-hydroponic setup. So yes, for the lighting, I do have a west-facing window right here on my left and a north-facing window right in front of me, but it doesn't really help a whole lot because we have a giant redwood tree right in front of our house as well, so it's blocking a lot of the lighting. That's why I have recently switched to Soltech Solutions, the Highland track light. I have been using this for a few months now and so far it's amazing and it's aesthetically pleasing as well. So yeah, another one that I highly recommend, but at the same time, it's a little bit pricey. I got mine as a second hand off Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, if you can find that, but if you can afford it, I think it's worth the investment as well. And then for humidity, I do not use any humidifier. I just have a whole lot of plants, and because my substrate is pon as well, I'm pretty sure it helps a whole lot because having rocks and water creates extra humidity, definitely. So I'm pretty sure it helps a whole lot, and that's why my current humidity right now is at 69. It's fluctuating from 69 to 71 right now, but it definitely changes throughout the seasons and also in winter months or fall. Winter months though, I have gone down to 50 and I still don't change a thing. I just let my plants go through that during these months. Obviously there will be lesser growth, but that's just how it is. And what else? Fertilizer. I do fertilize every watering. I do a diluted solution of Foliage Pro Dynagrow 936, and I do add silica is the most recent addition into my mixture lately, and I cannot talk about it just yet because I think it's just too soon to tell. And I also add CalMag and HydroGuard also, and what it does is it helps break down organic materials like root rot back into the reservoir for the plant to use. So it breaks it down for you and turn it into food for your plant. That's it. I think if I've forgotten something, please do ask in the comments. I'll be happy to answer your questions down there. And yeah, without further ado, let's look at all of my Anthuriums. "99% of my Anthurium collections live on this wall. This is my Anthurium wall, and that's because most of them I have noticed are thriving on this part of the living room, and so I have just decided to put every single one in there because why not? Whatever makes them happy, you know what I mean? So far, a lot of these plants are thriving right here. So yeah, we're gonna look at each and every single one of them, starting from the left on this guy. This is my Anthurium regal that I got from Ecuagenera. I have imported this guy this year, and I have already uprooted it because it had shed its old roots. So I saw it from the side because it's see-through, that I was able to catch the root rot that was happening. So I took that out and cleaned it up, and so far now we are seeing some fresh roots on the side, and I'm happy to see it because I cannot wait for a new leaf on this Anthurium regal. And then next, starting from the top, is my Anthurium pallidiflorum. This is another import from Ecuagenera, and as you can see, it started to throw in inflorescence for me. As you can see right there, that is an inflorescence, and it's probably not gonna be good enough to be pollinated because it is its first flower. So usually, for the most part, they wait until third inflorescence before they start to be successful in the pollination process, basically. So that's my Anthurium pallidiflorum. Over here is my Anthurium forgetii dark form that again I got from Ecuagenera, and I have just recently moved it on this shelf from the cabinet. I have grown this leaf while it was in the cabinet, so that was the first new leaf under my care, but inside the cabinet. So the new growth from ambient is really a big deal. So I'm still currently waiting on that. And then next, we're going on that same shelf level is my King Anthurium, or the Anthurium veitchii narrow form. I got this one this year also for $30 actually, and I received it in soil, and of course I moved it into Lechusapan, and you can see some fresh roots over there, and this leaf, this perfect leaf right here, actually grew on this pot already. So it's already fully acclimated in my environment. Next one is this big, oh my goodness. This is supposed to be an Anthurium crystallinum dark form. And look at the newest leaf. This is the one and only leaf that it has grown for me. And look at that. What a surprise that it's got some closed lobe. It's a forgetii hybrid. That just confirms it. I love closed lobe Anthuriums, and this is just cherry on top, really. It's not even fully hardened and dark yet, because when it's fully hardened, it becomes really dark, just like those are old leaves right there in the back. That's its old younger self. So I'm so excited to see this one when it's fully hardened and dark. Oh my god, truly is magnificent to watch. Yeah, okay, that was such an excitement. And then behind it is another, that's the regular crystallinum, my very first Anthurium in my collection, and I have recently moved it into a bigger bigger pot right there, so you can see it in the back. Next is my Anthurium warocqueanum. This is the newest leaf. The leaf before that is actually this one right here, and the other leaf is right here. So as you can see, I have already trimmed a few crispiness at the bottom because I have already underwatered it at one point because it's way on the top and it's hard to see sometimes. Yeah, but since then it has pushed out this new leaf that is still growing. I'm so excited. I will definitely show you guys the final hardened leaf if you wanted to see. I'm pretty sure I will post about it. So the next one at the bottom right here is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts that I got from Tizula Plants, and it has grown one leaf for me, and then we have a new emerging leaf again right there, and you can see the fresh pink fuzzy roots right there, also in a no drainage vessel. Over here is my Anthurium luxurian, one of my original Anthuriums, one of my first imports, and I have recently moved it out of the cabinet. Check this out. We have a new leaf that is about to pop out. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for a mature luxurian. This is such a classic, very hardy plant, and yeah, I'm glad to have it in my collection, and so far it's done nothing but great things for me. Such an amazing plant. Next to it is this beautiful Anthurium Wenlingeri, and this one is again from Equigenera, and it has grown this leaf for me. And while it was in the cabinet, it was actually in this cabinet for the longest time, and I have recently moved it here after this leaf hardened as well. So now it lives here. We have not had any new leaf just yet, but I'm excited for when it comes. Next to it is this Anthurium luxurian Forgetii hybrid, which is one of the top 5 favorites in my collection at the minute because of this leaf right here. Oh my god, it has a bluish hue to it and a different lighting. As you can see, it's so magnificent, I think. And yeah, so I have recently pollinated it with this guy actually, and I had pollen from this, and I use its pollen to pollinate this guy to hopefully get a darker, and to also solidify the closed lobe, hopefully, and I'll get a velvety sheen to it more, just like the mama right there. I mean the papa, that's a papa, right? Anyway, one of the most amazing plant Anthurium anyway that I have ever seen or owned. Well, speaking of amazing plant, this one right here is my pure papillilaminum. This is Anthurium papillilaminum, Fort Sherman, cross with Ralph Linum, and cross with Reese Gardens papillilaminum. So yeah, definitely another plant that is just amazing to watch and grow. And this one right here is the leaf that it came with, and as you can see, it had some spider mites damage, I believe. All these speckles, those are spider mite damages, but we have a new leaf, another new leaf. This leaf right here popped out while it was out here in the living room in ambient conditions, so that just like surprised me. I was really concerned when I put it out of the cabinet. It was living in this cabinet. Obviously, it outgrew it, so I was hoping that it will thrive out here, which I'm glad that it is happening. It is finally happening for me. And then next right here, oh my god, look at that emergent leaf. The lighting is not doing it justice right now. It's too blown out, but it's actually more red than it looks right now in the camera, and hopefully you can see it. But it's shimmery and it's got some nice veination. It's got some pink veins as well. So this is a hybrid of Anthurium Ace of Spade dark form, Tesula Ace of Spade, and Papillilaminum, Anthurium papillilaminum. So yeah, best of both worlds. This was the leaf before it. It actually has a little speck of, what is that, sport variegation, maybe, but yeah, either way, such a beautiful dark velvety, and it seems like easy going as well. This one didn't go in the cabinet at all because it was too tall to begin with, but it shed a couple of leaves for me during acclimation. But other than that, it's just been thriving lately, and yeah, I cannot wait to see when this leaf is fully hardened as well, because it's gonna be bigger than this, and that is amazing to me. That's just amazing. These Anthuriums are just doing it for me currently. And then over here is my Queen Anthurium, and this is the newest leaf under my care. I got this from Equigenera as well, and it's not fully dark yet, but I'm really happy that it's already pushed out its new leaf in this ambient condition. So yeah, definitely worth one to have. It's got a different lobe compared to my other Queen Anthurium, which is the reason why I got it. And then for the last plant on this shelf is this Anthurium Metallicum, and this one is also about to pop a new emergent leaf, and the leaf before that is this one. This is the newest leaf, another easy going Anthurium right there. And I think that's it for the ones in ambient. Moving on to this cabinet, and this cabinet houses most of my baby Anthuriums except for one, Alocasia Frydek, right there in the back. And for the lighting in this cabinet, I have 3 1-foot Barina lights. They come in black now, so I've switched to those. And I have one fan on top right there, and I just have a magnet on the side that is holding it together, and suction hooks also to help a little bit, but I do check on that once in a while and make sure it's still stuck, because it has fallen once for me, but because I have that hook on the side with the magnet, it caught it. It didn't damage anything, luckily. This is the Klingsbo cabinet from IKEA once again, but I don't think that they make this anymore. I luckily got mine for free from Facebook Marketplace, and it actually was missing the feet for it, which is fine with me, as you can see. So it just sits on top of this console cabinet right here. Okay, so beginning from the left, and as you can see, my hygrometer is reading 77% in humidity and 73 degrees Fahrenheit in warmth. And so we're gonna start from the left. Right here we have my Anthurium Magnificum hybrid. I've already sold a pop from this, and right now it has that emergent leaf that was stuck for a little while. That's why it's looking wonky right now, but it's okay. I am planning on splitting another pop from this and most likely sell them again, and because it's such an easygoing plant. Next to it is a Anthurium red crystallinum, but this was bred by one of my in our local plant group, and yeah, so she did the hybrid herself, and yeah, I think it's gorgeous right now. It's looking definitely very dark, and it's got some nice silver veination, just like a red crystal. And then down here is my Tezula. I have a little tag here. Tezula red crystal cross with dock block or Warocyanum. So again, another unknown parent, but it's looking like we are getting characteristics from a red crystal and dock block. So it's most likely dock block because Warocyanum would be more elongated. So I guess we'll see when it matures a little more than that. At the back right there, here is my Anthurium Dorayaki cross with BVAP, or the Anthurium Black Velvet Eastern Panama. So far it's grown 2 leaves for me since I got it. And here's another plant that I received as a rehab, and this is probably my most favorite forgetii right now because of the way it's bullated as well, and it's got some muted veins, definitely different than my other forgetii, and it's got this perfect round shape, although the newest leaf has a little dent from the top, but other than that it's quite stunning and really dark, and it has a bluish tone as well. So the lighting is not giving it justice for sure, but hopefully you can see the difference from the rest of the plants in there. And then at the bottom right here is a forgetii, another forgetii seedling, but this one is forgetii crystallinum hybrid. And then this one over here is my papillilaminum cross with Carla Blackier, that is also crossed with Dressleri. So yeah, it's a mouthful, but that's what it is, and it's kind of hard to see the characteristics just yet because it's too young at the minute. And then next to it is my Anthurium Silver Blush. This one was an import from, I believe, Green Spaces ID, and yeah, one of my first imports back then, and it's got a new emergent leaf. Look at how bright that color is. It's so amazing how they transfer from this tiny red leaf into something like this, like almost silver. That's why it's called Silver Blush. And look at that foliage, definitely very rich in silver. Down here is, believe it or not, another forgetii hybrid, but this one is with papillilaminum, and this is the newest leaf that it came for me, and I cannot believe how wide the sinus is, because the leaf before that was just normal like this, and even though there were a couple of leaves that already died off, they were looking like this, but the newest leaf is just surprised me the most because of that wide lobe, open sinus like that, and hopefully it continues on. And also at the same time, while in the middle of growing this emergent leaf for me, it also grew a pop, which is so exciting, and I thought it's such a small plant to grow a pop, but I guess it must have been grown from a chunk or something, and there was an extra node in there or something like that. But anyways, on the back here is my Paplox. This is Anthurium papillilaminum crossed with Luxurian hybrid. Another one that was just easy going, and it looks like it has a new leaf. Hopefully you can see. It's hard to see, but definitely looking very luxuriant with all that bolation going. And then we're gonna skip this tray so I can take it out or show you better in a little bit. Let's just go around for a minute. And then back here, behind here, is my Anthurium Doriaki cross with no, it's not. This is my Anthurium Forgetii. This is with Dark Forgetii, I believe. Dark Forgetii from NSE, and I got this locally. And I have another one, and it's that one on the back, I believe. Right there, yeah. So this two right here, that one and this one, came from the same parent. So yeah, they're siblings basically. Behind here is my Anthurium Clarinervium crossed with Predatoradiatum. And yeah, that's about it. This is the newest leaf right here. It's showing mostly Clarinervium characteristics, but the one before that has some Predatoradiatum in there. So yeah, another one that I'm excited to see how it matures. So we'll check back on them eventually. This one right here is probably my saddest seedling at the moment. So this is a Forgetii papillilaminum hybrid, and it grew this one, but it killed off the rest of its foliage. So I have yet to get another leaf since then. And then down here is a red crystal from NSE, and this actually I have 3 seedlings in here, but it's looking like only one survived. I must have transferred it to pond too early is how I see it. Actually there are 2 in here, so only one died. But I do have 15 more in a different small greenhouse, which I'll show later, that I grew from seed. I grew this one from seed as well. And then this one is my Anthurium King of Spades that was gifted by Arid Market when we did our collab, and it grew this leaf for me under my care, and we still have one of the original leaves that it came with, but it is working on a new leaf as well. So that's very exciting. I love how round it is, and it has some red margin as well, and not too pronounced veination, but it's the contrast is unbelievable. The colors are just amazingly beautiful, I think. Over here is a hybrid of NSE red crystal crossed with Anthurium Bassiaf, and it looks like it's about to pop a new leaf as well. I'm telling you, all of these plants are just, they're not done with summer yet. They're just starting to grow more foliage, which I'm not complaining at all. And like I said, I have this tray of baby seedlings, more seedlings, and this one right here, hold on, I'll start with this guy right here. This guy is duck block. crossed with papillilaminum. I do have two of these. This is looking more like a papillilaminum, I think. I don't see any dark black characteristics yet, but like I said, it's too soon to tell currently. So that's that. And then here is Anthurium Ace of Spade. There are two seedlings in here. And then this one in the middle is beautiful. But let me get this guy out. This is Anthurium Magnificum crossed with Ace of Spades. So far, I don't know what's happening here. Maybe it's a nutritional deficiency, I don't know, but the newest leaf is right here and it's super cute and it looks like it's already correcting itself. So I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I'm gonna put it down so you can see the next one in the middle right here is quite beautiful if I don't break it. This one right here is from this one is from Katie Ann Plants off of Instagram, and this was during one of her purges that was actually a charity event as well. So I did get a tiny seedling. This came with like this leaf right here on the front, and yeah, and now this is the newest emergent leaf right here, and it's still hardening. This goes very dark. As you can see, this is the hardened leaf, and you can even see the one before that is even darker. And so yeah, this is a Tazula red crystal crossed with Ace of Spade and then crossed with papillilaminum. So I got this, wow, in September 2022, so it's almost a year. It took a whole year to grow this much. Okay, so what else is here? We have, this is the other dock block crossed with papillilaminum, who is also working on a new leaf right there. And then behind it is, this is Dorayaki. I was gifted this two seedlings right here by Jonah, and once again, thank you so much, Jonah. These are a joy to watch. I have transferred them in pond and it has grown this leaf for me, and this one has grown two leaves for me. So this one is a little bit rounder and this one is more elongated. Once again, this is a Forgetii Dorayaki hybrid. And then what else do we have in here? I think we've seen it all. Okay, yeah, I think we've seen all of them. Okay, and then I have like 4 other Anthuriums that are not in this room, so I'm gonna take you there. Okay, so these are my NSC red crystal seedlings, and they are staying in my son's bedroom, and they are just sitting in this soccer greenhouse with natural light coming from southeast facing windows right here, so it gets definitely nice and bright light. So it looks like we have one casualty, but other than that, everyone else is doing great. I grew all this from seed. Okay, so the next one right here, this is second to the last, and this one right here is actually my Anthurium Bessie Af, and this is separated from everyone, and that is just due to possible pest maybe, but so far I have been struggling with this plant. Like, I cannot get a perfect leaf on this plant, so I I just thought that maybe it needed more lighting, so I moved it there, and since then it has this new leaf that is about to pop out, and there is also something that is growing from the petiole right here. I'm not sure if it's going to be leaf as well, or it can be an inflorescence, which is very exciting because my Paludiflorum has inflorescence right now. So I'm just wondering if I'm able to crossbreed them too. This with the Anthurium Paludiflorum. So I don't know if it's in the same class. So we're gonna have to do our research with that. And then I have one more. Actually, I have two more Anthuriums in the bedroom, and I'll take you there with me. Okay, so we are at the very end of this video, and everything is just falling apart. Like I'm out of storage, and just, yeah. So anyways, this is second to the last. This is my Anthurium Dark Phoenix cross with Indoport, Anthurium portile, that is from Indonesia, and this was an import that I bought from North Shore Tropicals, which according to this tag right here was imported from Space Hijau something, Space Hijau. But yeah, it's still in, it looks like tree fern fiber, bark, and perlite mixture. But this is the leaf that it grew under my care, and look, it just quickly after that it popped out this new leaf again. So I'm so excited. You can see some fresh roots already right there. Yeah, I didn't do anything in this plant, and I'm giving credit to North Shore Tropicals, whoever did the acclimation on this plant. It is doing just magnificent. It saved me all the headache, all the work. Right now it's doing fantastically. It's still in the IKEA Detolf greenhouse cabinet. Yeah, I am just waiting for this newest leaf to fully emerge and harden, and then I'm going to transfer it into pond and out here. Oh, actually it's going to be in the cabinet, in my Anthurium seedling cabinet, for a little while until it's big enough to live out here in ambient as well. So yeah, that is my Anthurium Dark Phoenix cross with Anthurium Indoportile. And then last but not the least is my Anthurium. This is my Anthurium Sirenoi Velvet. Actually, the last time I talked about this plant, I've mentioned that I was gonna get rid of this because it looked similar to my Metallicum anyways, and I didn't wanna have to keep them both. And then as soon as I said that, it pushed out a new leaf, and this one right here, and as you can see, it's like basically showing off. It's like, don't get rid of me just yet. I'm nothing like Metallicum. Yeah, so this leaf has definitely convinced me to keep it for a little while longer. Right now it lives in the bedroom, and that's where it pushed out this new leaf. So I'm gonna give it a go. I'm excited to see when this leaf is fully hardened, because it's supposed to be dark and velvety, just like the old leaf right here. So yeah, last but not the least, Anthurium Sirenoi Velvet, which was also from Equigenera. And that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy this kind of video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!